During the pandemic, we of course couldn't have winds and brass, and I love that color. It's just, having the whole orchestra is really important. But since we went so long without winds and brass, an entire season, 6 full concerts, we promised that at some point we would do a wind concert, and this is it. We, of course, did a whole season with no winds or brass because it wasn't safe during the pandemic. And so we promised the audience that we'd probably do a wind concert at some point. And here it is. We keep our word. The Colorado Vocal Arts Ensemble is the best chamber choir in this part of the country, hands down. And so they're always on my mind as potential collaborators. And then the Stravinsky was suggestion from some audience members and a couple orchestra members were like, hey, you gotta check this out. And then I ran the idea by Deborah. And of course, CVAE can sing anything. Here are 2 very, very important ensembles here in Colorado Springs in collaboration. That's the big deal. Plus we hear 3 familiar names. This is one of the things I love. Schubert, Stravinsky, Mozart, all outside of their normal rep. Your Schubert is such a great, we know him through his songs, a couple symphonies that are big hits, and some of the chamber music, maybe some of the piano sonatas. And then there's this really cool set of songs like sort of written into one thing for 4 horns and men's chorus.
Yeah.
And then we have Stravinsky in this odd mass.
Yeah, and what actually inspired him to compose the mass is quite unclear. He was Russian Orthodox, then he was Roman Catholic, then he was Russian Orthodox again. Somewhere in there he was also an atheist. Mm-hmm. So he didn't have a clear religious identity. Mm-hmm. And so what propelled him to write this mass setting is a little bit of a mystery.
And then we have Mozart, and we know Mozart usually from what? His operas, some of his operas, some of his piano concertos, some of his blockbuster symphonies, and maybe a little bit of the chamber music, and that's kind of it. And then here's this, the Requiem, and then here's this really great piece for winds. So it's really cool. You get to hear 3 composers that you know and love outside their comfort zones.
So maybe it's expect the unexpected.
I guess. But the main thing is hear the best chamber chorus anywhere, like west of the Mississippi. They're fantastic.
Thank you. We feel the same about you. Yeah, it's always a joy.